This morning, let's explore teachings intimidating and rare. This is Lama Jigme Gyatso of the Buddha Joy Meditation School. Welcome to Meditate Like a Jedi. This is the Lama you are looking for. This morning, we could chant and meditate and enjoy a lesson or two. But first, if you love Star Wars and you wish to meditate as profoundly as Ahsoka Tano on Lothal, be sure to subscribe and ring that notification bell. If at any point during this morning's live stream you have a question about meditation or philosophy, do not be shy. Simply type your question in the chat window on the right-hand side of the screen. I'll try very hard not to keep punching this mic. Unless, of course, you're watching a replay, then you'll want to type your question in the comment area below the video. Please stand by. This morning, let's explore teachings intimidating and rare. I'm going to draw from the 16th paragraph of Ying Xia Huan Xi's, and I apologize for my mispronunciation, Song of Enlightenment. The incomparable lion roar of doctrine shatters the brains of the 100 kinds of animals. Even the king of elephants will run away, forgetting his pride. Only the heavenly dragon listens calmly with pure delight. And we're going to stop right there. Clearly, this is allegoric. In classic Buddhist cosmology, the animal realm is often seen as a metaphor for befuddlement, being a slave to our competitive and clinging tendencies. And the inference here is the Buddha's teachings can frighten those who are lazy-minded. They can frighten us all. But what determines whether or not we're lazy-minded is whether we persist with them, and we ask questions, and we explore them, or whether we just turn tail and run. I am just as much a hedonist as everybody else. And when I first heard the Buddha's teachings were about transcending the tyranny of hating and craving, I thought, but wait, I want my cravings. I want to receive the object of my cravings, because then life would be perfect. And it took me a long time to realize that the teachings of the Buddha, according to lore, came from a man who knew every pleasure of the princely life. And he didn't say, this sucks. He said, I want to find something even better. And it takes persistence to see through our own preconceptions. Let's continue with the paragraph. I wandered over rivers and seas, crossing mountains and streams, visiting teachers, asking about the way in personal interviews. Or in other words, the author of this text claims to have left no stone unturned in his pursuit of nirvana. Since I recognize the sixth founding teacher at Tao Chi, I know that what is beyond the relativity of birth and death. So this is a fun play on words, and this may be a quirk of the translator. But what seems to be inferred here, instead of saying, hey, I'm really awesome and you should listen to me because this prominent teacher gave me a thumbs up, instead he said, instead of saying the sixth founding teacher, the sixth patriarch recognized me, he said, I recognized him. And so what he's saying is that I saw in him not rank or authority or peer approval, but someone who has gone beyond, who's learned to let go of that which he perceives, in a deep, visceral, and transformative way. And that's a powerful inference. Far too many people ask, are you a monk? Are you a real monk? Were you ordained? How many ordained monks have you met? How many of them were wise and helpful? Ordination means nothing. One's haircut or robes mean nothing. What does mean something? Efficacy. If someone's teachings can help you, that's all that matters. It doesn't matter if someone is ordained by themselves or by an incorporeal entity or by a crusty old senior practitioner. All that matters is, are they able to help you? And the only way you'll ever know is to receive teachings, apply them once every 12 hours for 7 consecutive days, and notice your results. And I'll be honest with you, if you can't practice 5 minutes every 12 hours for 7 consecutive days, then finding the right teacher probably isn't your greatest challenge. One moment. Every 12 hours, I broadcast a live meditation class without any ads. With your help, this channel could come to support the next generation of nuns, monks, yogis, lamas, and even brick-and-mortar meditation centers, each replete with a resident teacher and their apprentice. If this speaks to you, and you'd like to help out even for as little as the cost of 1 cup of coffee a month, use your smartphone's camera to capture this QR code, which I'm trying to point to in my reverse mirror camera. This is weird. Okay. There we go. Or if it's simpler, just click one of the donation links in the description area below the video. This morning, let's revisit mindfulness with breathing for liberation, true knowledge, and love. Let's see. So let's begin with a bit of the old enlightened fitness. So let's knock out a few step back, geriatric step back squat thrusts in front of a Buddha image. This, of course, is entirely optional. Okay. Gonna take a minute to negotiate with my lower back. Okay. Well, that's invigorating. Let's begin by blending ethics and kindness. For arguably, the essence of ethics is simply love, as well as kind communication, kind conduct, and kind commerce. Let us play with the two slogans, loving minds for all beings. Mentally reciting loving minds during the inhalation and mentally reciting for all beings during the exhalation. So we're not working magic. We're not using affirmations. We're simply using words to guide our intention. Let us wish kind communication for all beings. Yes, even for political discourse. Let us wish kind conduct for all beings. and kind commerce for all beings. Arguably, what we're doing is bringing the four bases of mindfulness, the mental, the interpersonal, the physical, and the circumstantial, into the path of loving kindness. Now let's bring the physical into the path of mindfulness and meditation. Feel long breath, relaxing. We're going to play with a different exercise. Feel body relaxing. So, feeling isn't an active thing, it's a passive thing. We're just choosing to be vulnerable to the sensations of our body. Quick reminder, during the out breath, we're mentally reciting relaxing, which is a fundamentally physical experience. We're going to make a subtle change. Instead of physically relaxing during our exhalation, we're going to mentally release during our exhalation. It's just a question of intention. Our bodies are not always going to be as pretty as we'd like them to be. They're not always going to be as comfortable or as healthy as we'd like them to be. They're not always going to have the longevity that we want them to have. And a big part of peace is learning how to accept things as they are in this moment, whether the present moment be glorious or grotesque. Fortunately, we are already wired to both physically relax and mentally release during every exhalation, thanks to our parasympathetic nervous system. Now, it's completely normal to feel resistance to this. There's a very petulant, frightened part of us that thinks that releasing and relaxing is tantamount to death. So we do not wish to acquiesce to that. We do not also wish to fight that. We notice that resistance as we breathe in, and we release it as we breathe out, or we watch our body and mind release it as we exhale. For that is what we are already wired to do. And so by mentally reciting the word releasing as we exhale, we're simply aligning our intention with our factory installed wiring. So meditation isn't about forcing our mind and body to do what we want. It's about harmonizing our will with our natural, beneficial neural pathways. And breath is a wonderful tool to accomplish that. There are people who will insist, and at times each of us insist, that if I don't do thus and such, I will die. Well, let's explore that from classical Buddhist metaphysical point of view. There is a teaching that we have each had multiple lives, and we will each have future lives. We've each been born and died countless times. And in each of those lives, we've worked very hard to tend to the needs and desires of our bodies. But we really haven't met the needs and desires of our minds. We really haven't become masters of love and letting go. So if death is an inevitability, as is our next rebirth and the one after that, then the question is, what will we do with our lives to make them worth living? I would suggest to you that the key is in the 2 L's of love and letting go. That gives us the wisdom and the ability to truly be an asset to others. It's better to be an asset than an ass. We shift gears from the physical to feeling, or Vedana. And in this context, what this is sort of a path between the physical, the coarse physical, and the subtle mind. So we're first going to look at physical sensations. Where feel bliss, relaxing. We're using bliss as a synonym for pleasure, any type of pleasure, subtle or coarse, X-rated or G-rated. Where feel bliss, relaxing. This is a rhetorical question. We do not actively strive to answer it. We merely play with it. We ask the question and let go. Feeding the question like we would feed a program to the supercomputer, the 3-pound supercomputer between our ears. So, if my glasses are off, I think that reads Joyous Royous. Well, Joyous, thank you for stopping by. You are always welcome. we're going to shift gears, and we're going to replace the word bliss with the word joy. So clearly we're transitioning from physical pleasure to mental pleasure. In Buddhist metaphysics, emotions are considered sort of the bridge between body and mind. So we play with the rhetorical question, where feel joy? And then as we exhale, we mentally recite relaxing. Please remember these are rhetorical questions. And you may feel a part of your mind that resists this, that wants to move on to something else. There's a part of us which thinks that our survival is dependent upon checking things off our to-do list. That's just part of our programming. It's just designed to help us, but like most of our ancient programming, doesn't always help us. So if you feel an urge to move on to the next exercise and the next exercise and the next task and the next task, simply observe it as you breathe in and relax as best you can as you breathe out. This even applies to sex. How many times after mutual orgasm does one or both partners either say, let's take a nap, or let's get up and do something, or let's go have a snack? So regardless of how intense a pleasure is, physical or mental, we each have within us some latent resistance to it. Our job is not to repress it or scold it. Just notice it and relax. It is our breathing that is mindfulness. It is our exhalation that is meditation. There's a part of us that might not feel safe with pleasure, physical or emotional. The more we are aware of that and make peace with that through our breath, the more happy we shall be. I kid you not, many years ago when I was keen on performing energy work on people would come to me with a problem. I would ask them to rate their problem. And on the scale from 0 to 10, and as the treatment progressed and the numbers went down, some people were disappointed. We become used to pain. And we resist change, even if that change is less pain or more pleasure. Some of us have an inner Puritan that seeks to, with which we seek to flagellate ourselves between our shoulders and neck, proclaiming, I am not worthy of bliss or joy. But what if worthiness wasn't an issue? What if there was no deserving or not deserving? What if there simply is just this, an ever-changing this? We're going to shift gears now from the emotional to the mental. We're first going to play with coarse mind. That doesn't mean dirty jokes, although those are great fun. Coarse mind here could refer to our tendencies to emote, intend, reason, recall, and imagine. Those things aren't bad because they're coarse. They're just coarse. They're more. It takes more mental hardware to do those things than it does to simply passively observe. So that's all we're talking about. And the cool thing is, simply by playing with these words, our bodies will, our minds will make the observations. So we don't have to do this as an act of control. All we're doing is playing with these words, silently and mentally, in harmony with our breathing, and letting the magic of our inner mind do the heavy lifting for us. Welcome to the lazy bastard path of enlightenment. Now, many of us spend the majority of our lives running away from our coarse mind and running away from our feelings and thoughts and memories. And so to stand our ground or sit our ground and be vulnerable to it takes courage. And courage is not the absence of fear, it's the defiance of fear. Hi, fear. I hear you. I feel you, but I'm going to do it anyway, so fuck off. Not you, fear. We're going to replace the word fit with relaxing with releasing. And once again, we're not forcing this. We're just inviting this through the power of word, because of the power that words have upon our intention, and the power of intention has upon our mind, and the power of the mind has upon our bodies. One moment, bear with me. So releasing our coarse mind doesn't mean we shove it away. It doesn't mean we indulge it. It means we stop fighting. It means we accept it. So think of it this way. If our coarse mind is like a petulant child saying, I'm angry, then releasing means, instead of saying, no, you're not, we're saying, yes, yes, you are. So all our impulses to shove or reach or cling or compete, they evolved to serve us. They evolved for survival. They didn't evolve to make us happy or peaceful. They evolved so that we could survive and procreate. So even though these things may at times be less than pleasurable, and less than convenient, they're not malicious. So it's kind of like if you have a spare tire knocking about in your trunk, don't get rid of the spare tire, just secure it. The spare tire has a purpose. So does our coarse mind. When I was a kid, I liked reading the stories of Frog and Toad. And there was one story where one of them had a list. They become obsessed with writing things on the list and crossing things off the list. And at a certain point in the story, the list became more important than the things on the list, the enjoying of life. We can all be a little bit like Frog and Toad. Let us shift gears again, this time from Vedana feelings to Chitta mind. So we switch from coarse mind to subtle mind. Instead of coarse, it's subtle or fine, and instead of feeling, it's watching. So this is a big gear shift. And it can actually feel like you're shifting gears. It's a wild thing. Once again, all we have to do is play with these words in harmony with our breathing, and our subtle mind will take care of all the heavy lifting. So what is an example of our fine mind or our subtle mind? That would be its most ancient function of perception, of seeing and hearing and feeling and tasting and smelling and the like. We play with the rhetorical question, where, see, cheer. And that is a reference to within as opposed to without. We shift gears. Where, see, calm, relaxing. So, what you may feel is an ocean of calm and a small island of frenzy. That's fine. Don't try to increase the ocean or diminish the island. Just play with the words in harmony with the breathing. And of course, I was speaking metaphorically. And once again, we're going to replace the word relaxing with releasing. This exercise is known by many names. Some call it sati pasadi. Some call it dhyana, chan, zen. Some call it sutra mahamudra, ati yoga, or trekcho dzogchen. Same exercise, different names. We now shift gears from mindfulness and meditation to contemplation, the first fold of the Eightfold Path. So we're going to play with a series of 3 rhetorical questions. Watching this, what changing? Watching this, what changing? And we're replacing the verb changing with the verb fading. Watching this, what fading? And we're using the word fading metaphorically. And there's a part of our mind that can be frightened by this and resist, and that's okay. You can watch that. And the irony is that part that's resisting is also subject to fading. Maybe not today, but everything is eventually. Thank you for the love. As you play with this contemplation, you may feel parts of your body tighten. When that happens, simply watch them. Allow the sensations of your body to gently guide your attention as you persist in playing with these words in harmony with your breathing. We come to the zenith of impermanence as we replace the verb fading with the verb ceasing. Watching this, what's ceasing? We come to our final exercise. Back to our old friend releasing. It's sort of a conclusion. Well, in view of all this ceasing, might as well let go. So the formal exercise is watching this, releasing. We began by contemplating loving kindness. Let us conclude by bringing the four bases of mindfulness into the path of love. Let us wish profound joy for all minds. Profound peace for all ties. Ties is short for the ties that bind as it refers to our relationships, professional, personal, platonic, and intimate. profound health for all forms. Good fortune for all lots. And lots, of course, is a monosyllabic synonym for circumstances. If you feel I have earned it, type something in the chat window. Give this live stream a thumbs up and share it on social media. In approximately 10 1/3 hours, we could return to explore the conundrum of falling asleep while meditating, as well as chant and meditate as well. Oopsie, that was redundant. We'll also chant and meditate as well. That's much better. Until then, may you and yours be healthy and happy. And if you are as geeky as me, this is the way.